Hi, how are you guys? Today we're back to Calculus 2, integration by parts. Actual is application of integration by parts. We have few problems we have to go over today. Maybe it's gonna take about 25 to 30 minutes or more time. We're gonna do it in two parts. Let us start with these problems. But don't forget technique of integration by parts, application. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you like that. Like and subscribe. Okay, let us start with our problem. A damping force affects the vibration of spring so that the displacement of spring is given by y equal e to the negative 3t cosine 6t plus 2 sine 6t. Find the average value. Find what? The average value. We need the average value of this. Okay. Let me just enter the average value. Average value. Then let us first know what we mean by the average value of an integration. The average value, any function f of x defined on the interval a, b. Let me call the average value a, b value. Let us define it. The average value equal 1 over b minus a integration of a to the b of x dx. Okay. Can you time me 25 minutes? Or maybe I'm going to take more than this time. Now, my function, my interval, a is 0 and b is pi. And my function is this function. Okay. Just let me enlarge a little bit to see the function. Okay, I think that's good, right?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Okay. Then this is my function, this is my a, this is my b. Let me apply the theorem of the average value for this function. Then will be for my question as equal to 1 over pi minus 0 integration from 0 to the pi e to the negative 3t e to the negative 3t cosine 6t and 2 sine 6t cosine 6t plus 2 sine 6t dt. That's my function. Let me make sure that I have the correct function. Yes, 2 sine 6t cosine t. Okay. Now, look what I'm going to do now. This equal 1 over pi. I'm going to leave it in what? I'm going to do like this. I'm going to multiply the e to the negative 3t by cosine 6t, then by 2 sine 6t. Then I'm going to have two integration, not one integration. Two integration. Each one, I'm going to do it in what? In different color. Okay, let us go to this color. Okay, 0 to the pi e to the negative 3t cosine 6t dt plus okay, this color integration from 0 to pi e to the negative 3t. Look here, we have 2 here, guys. We have the 2. I can take 2 out. I can take 2 out of my integration. 6t dt. Okay, then after that we will take each one separate. Let us take the red guy here, right? And do the integration. I'm gonna call one of my students to do this integration. Okay, integration of. I'm gonna start with him. I'm gonna start it with him. Then he will finish it. Can you do that for me, Ismail? 0 to, at the end we're going to multiply by 1 over pi. 0 to the pi e to the negative 3t. I need small handwriting, Ismail. Cosine 6t dt. This equal, this integration by part, I'm gonna write u v minus v du. Then I need him to show me what u equal and what du equal, then what dv equal, what v equal. Okay, you wanna do it? I wanna give you the colors, you're gonna follow my colors, okay? Now you all usually in these type of problems, Ismail, we take u to be the cosine and dv the e. Now I'm gonna give you colors here just to make it clearly. Let us take the blue here. But start with u. What's u gonna take?
U is going to be equal to cosine
Cosine 60
60.
du.
Du is going to be
Small handwriting. Negative
negative
equal. What the equal sign is? No problem. Just put equal. You have space for equal. Negative.
sine.
Negative.
Negative sine
60.
60 and then
Times six.
times 6.
I think we have to erase it. Right? I want to erase it.
Yeah, just clean it up a little bit.
And small handwriting. Okay, I'm going to give it back a little bit. Okay.
So negative
6
6
sine
sine
60.
60.
Good job. Okay, now dv.
And dv is going to be e. Well, you want me to choose another color?
No, the same one.
E to the negative 3t. Just
dv,
so you guys remember, this is a function.
The meaning of here we have to, here we derive, here we have to integrate,
You have
right?
to integrate, but you have to derive the top.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to derive what e is raised by.
e to the negative 3t
So the answer is going to be e to the negative 3t
divided by
divided by, you can put a
The der-
negative up here and then 3.
3.
This is the
What we did,
derivative of what it's raised
just gonna have this
by.
in the side here. Look on it. In the side, he's telling us integration of e to the et dt equal e to the at over what? A. Good? That's what you're telling me, right? Okay, let me just. Okay. Okay. Good.
You want me to continue?
Yes, continue now. Okay. The mouse here
mouse.
is. Okay. Okay. Keep this one.
Same color?
Yes. Equal.
So just remember the base formula is uv minus
Minus
the
integration.
integral,
VDU. VDU.
V.
No, erase it. I'm gonna erase. We need everything to be well. VDU. Okay, finish here. You can go ahead. Because we need space. And I left 3 pages for this problem.
Yeah. So now we know that
Use what?
u is equal to
Can you, when you write it just a nice way, that means start with this negative e to the negative 3t over 3 cosine 60.
okay.
Finish.
Negative.
That's right, I think I'm looking to the board. You have to go to slide. Yes, okay.
Times cosine
60
6t
minus
minus the integral, and then it's going to be v du. So we could put v up front.
v
E to the negative 3t divided by 3, and then that's negative 6 sine 60.
But this in parentheses. Okay, but this one in different color. Okay, no, that's it. Okay, because one. Now small handwriting.
So now we're going to continue on to the next step. This pretty much stays the same. Negative e to the negative 3t divided by 3 times cosine of 6t. Here we got a 6 and we have a 3. And they're multiplied together. So you can pull that out. 6 divided by 3. You can put it outside of the actual integral. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we're going to put minus 2 integral e to the negative 3t. Actually, you got a negative 6. So if we pull out the negative 6, we're gonna have a negative times a negative, which is gonna give me a positive, just so you know where this positive came from. And then you're going to have that times sine of 6t. So now we have
Yes.
that. Let's look at our original equation.
Right.
Well, now we have another, we can integrate again over here, right, Ammo?
Okay, now we're gonna do the same exact, right? We're gonna do repeat our steps. We're gonna repeat our steps as we did before. You see this u and v, this new function. I'm talking about e to the negative, for the 2. E to the negative 3t sine t 6t equal to uv minus v what? du integration. Okay. In the side, we're gonna do it one more time. In the side, u equal and du dv and v equal, right? The same exactly. What was my u? The same. What was my u?
Was the
Sine
this,
6t. Now 6 cosine what?
6 cosine 60.
60. Okay. I know he's saying what this a little what we need more space for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here. Du equal six cosine, right? 60. dv is what now?
It's e to the negative 3t.
E to the negative 3t, and here
It's the
e
same
to the
thing.
negative 3t divided by what?
3.
Negative 3, right? Now back to this. Now let us organize ourselves from the beginning. My main integration is what? Can I have, okay, I want to use my main integration as, okay, I know it's e to the negative 3t, right?
Cosine 60.
Cosine 60 dt, right? Equal. We start with what? With this guy here, right? Now we have this one, e to the negative 3t over what? 3 cosine 6t plus what? 2, right? Plus 2. Here we're gonna open bracket, which is we have this one, this guy here, right? uv, which is what? This and this, right? U times v, we have this times that, which is e to the negative 3t negative over, right? 3 sine 6t minus what?
v du.
V, which is what? This
Sine-
guy,
yeah.
right?
So yeah,
Okay. Which is how much?
e to the negative 3t divided.
I'm gonna do 2 steps, right? After that. E to negative 3. I don't want to do it one step, but I can do it here, right? What we have?
6 cosine 60.
6 what?
Cosine 60.
Cosine 6t dt. Now notice here, we'll notice here, which is this guy and this guy what? This 2, right? Right? Negative 2 with this is going to be positive 2, right? Then I will have integration of e negative 3t cosine 6t dt equal negative e to the negative 3 over 3 cosine
3t.
6t, right? Plus, minus, minus what?
2
2
thirds.
there, e negative 3t sine 6t, and here minus
Positive 2.
positive 2 out, integration of negative 3t, right?
Cosine 6t.
Cosine 6t dt. Okay,
It's negative 3t.
negative 3t. Okay. Okay, now look to this guy. I'm gonna underline it, right? And this guy, right? Right? We're gonna move this guy from here to here, right? Which is the same, right? If we move this guy, you're gonna minus 2 from here, and minus 2 like this. Minus 2 integration of negative 3t cosine t dt from both sides, minus 2 integration of e to the negative 3t cosine 6t dt. We end up with only negative integration of negative 3t cosine 6t dt, right? Equal all this guys, right? I can't take, look here, I can't take this guy as a GCF, right?
Yeah.
Because we have, right? I can take this guy, negative e to negative 3t over what? 3 as a common factor. Which is what left? Because with the negative out, cosine 6t plus what? 2 sine plus 2 sine, right?
Yeah.
2 sine, because we have 2 here, sine 6t. Now we have negative here and we have negative here. They cancel what? Each other. Now, right? Now my integration will be go from where to where? From 0 to pi, right?
Yeah. And don't forget to multiply the whole thing by 1 over 2.
That's the last, because we did one integration, only one. We have the second one, we have to do the same thing for the second integration. All my integration go from 0 to where? Pi. Then you start with the pi equal e to the negative 3 pi over 3 cosine 6 pi plus 2 sine 6 pi, right? Minus e to the negative 3 times 0, right? We finish with the pi. Cosine 0 plus 2 sine 0. Lucky us, sine 0 and, right?
Yeah.
Lucky us, this guy is 0. And this guy is what?
0.
And then we have e to the negative 3 pi over 3. Cosine 6 pi is like cosine 2 pi, right? 2 pi, 2 pi. And if you go to divide by 2, how many? It's going to be 1, right? Cosine 6 pi, because if you go here, this 2 pi, 4 pi, right? And 6 pi, which is 1.
That's pre-calc stuff.
Yes.
Just so the guys know.
But find cosine 6 pi.
Yeah, cosine 6 pi is 1.
Okay, here plus
Yeah, it's 1.
cancel. Okay. And this is e to the 0 is 1 times 1 is 1. This one, right?
Yeah.
Minus what?
Well, no.
1, right? But this over 3.
Isn't
This,
e-
this over what? 3, right? Okay, minus 1 over 3 times what? 1, right?
Isn't cosine of 6 pi negative 1?
Now 1. Is it 1 or negative 1? 1.
It's cosine of 6.
Pi.
This one.
This one. Okay. Now my final answer here, e to the negative 3 pi, because we have the same denominator, minus 1 over 3. Keep this on the side. Now we're gonna back to the second integration, which is which one? This, right? We're gonna do this e to the 3, and multiply by 2. You see that?
Yeah,
E to the negative 3t sine 6t. E to the negative 3, and we're going to multiply integration of what? E to the negative 3t sine what?
16.
dt. Okay. You're going to do it twice. Small, but you need small handwriting and use all the board. Okay, we're going to use, maybe you finish it. We have to finish it, even. I'm going to do it by myself quick. I'm going to do it, can I do it? Yeah. I can finish it quickly. U equal sine 6t. Du equal what?
6 cosine.
Sine 6t. Okay. dv equal e to the negative 3t. v equal e to the negative 3t over what? Guys, you know, use this uv minus v what? Minus v du, right? Now this equal uv negative, cross multiply there, right, guys? E to the negative 3t over 3 sine 6t equal times uv, I'm multiplying uv, right?
Yeah.
Minus v du, minus v, which is du, what's v du? V, yes, which is, we have negative, right? I'm gonna leave it inside. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as negative 3t over negative 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Du 6 cosine 6t. Okay, this with this gonna cancel to be 2, right? This is gonna be 2, and 2 goes out. E to the negative 3t over 3 sine this 6t plus 2 integration of negative 3t cosine 6t dt. Cosine 6t dt. Again, I'm going to do uv here, right? For this guy. U equal what? Cosine 6t du equal negative 6 sine 6t, right? We can go 4 minutes more, right?
Yeah.
And dv equal how much? E to the negative 3t. V equal e to the negative 3t over 3. Negative 3. Now this integration will be equal to e to the negative 3t over 3 sine 6t plus 2 open bracket, right? uv, right?
Yeah.
Which is uv negative e to the negative 3t over what? 3 cosine 6t minus integration v du, which is this and this. If you multiply this, I'm going to multiply it quickly, guys. It's going to be what? Plus, right? 2. I can take the 2 out if you multiply this by this. E to the negative 3t sine 6t. 6t. Okay. Good? Now we have the 2 here. If if you multiply the two, did we did this one? Let me just see, go back to here, yes, I think, right? We have the 2 here, we will multiply it. Did we multiply the 2 here? 2, yes, 2. Yes, 2. And here we have 2, I think here we have 4, my friend. Here we have 4. 4 here. Okay, I'm gonna back to this one, what? Make it what? Make it 4. Because we have the 2 here, 2, right? And we have 2 from here is 4. And here, we're gonna have minus 4. Minus 4,
Or you distribute.
right? Minus 4 is negative what? 3, right? Then we're gonna divide this by what? The negative cancel. Divide 1/3, right? My final answer will be here. 1/3, we have 1/3 the blue, then the final time 1/3, which is e to the negative 3 pi minus 1. If we don't finish in this YouTube, you have to find the second YouTube, right? Then I was right when I told you this long problem, right? Equal. But make sure that the camera is not stopped. You know what I mean? Sine.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Eh? I'm gonna try my best. Negative e to the negative 3t over 3, right? Minus 4, right? Integration of e negative 3t sine 6t dt. Sine 6t dt. Good? Good? Now, this, if you add to both sides, plus 4, e to the negative 3t sine 6t dt, and this side will be have 5, right? 5, because we have plus, integration of f negative 3t sine. It's the same as, it's good to repeat the problem, equal, we can take e to the negative 3 over t over 3 out, sine 6t, that's what I did. This, I took this, minus, we have cosine here. Cosine 6t minus 2 cosine 6t. Good. Good. Divide by 5, multiply both sides by what? 1/5. 1/5. Multiply by 1/5. 1/5. And this will be e to the negative 3t over 15 sine 6t minus 2 cosine 6t. I can't finish? I can keep going?
No.
Stop?
You're almost out. You're almost out of time.
Okay.
You have like 30 seconds.
Okay, then stop it and then we're gonna finish it. Lunch it, well, give me this break.